It is the UFC's number 6 ranked welterweight Gilbert Durinho Burns, and he is back to work on Saturday, September the 7th, headlining against the number 8 ranked Sean Brady. So, Gilbert, let's just start there, man. 6 months, it's been away. I know you'd probably like to fight every week if you could. So, just talk to me about the excitement, where you're feeling about, getting ready to get back to work.
Oh, super excited to be back, and I just had a little small injuries. It's kind of like being a little bit more frequent now, getting small injuries. Uh, yeah, but whenever I was healthy, I talked to the UFC and we want to do Sean Brady. And I say, where? And they say, oh, we don't know yet, but it's a fight night main event. I say, okay. And they say, we don't know if it's going to be Apex or not. And I say, okay. And then we signed the fight, and then it was still like no place yet. And then it was TBA, and then eventually they say, okay, it's going to be in the Apex. So we're kind of, for this moment right now, I like it. For sure, I love the big arenas. The pay-per-view is amazing. But yeah, I like it. Main event spot, Apex, a little bit more intimacy. Coach going to be there. It's like a nice sparring session. We a little public in there with the small gloves. Yeah, I miss that a little bit, so it's going to be cool.
I love it. Yeah, you mentioned the Apex. It's the first time that you fought there since the Usman fight, which,
Yeah,
I mean, it's very different now. That was obviously in the heart of everything, and so
yeah.
it was crazy. Have you been back there? Have you cornered anybody or gone to a fight or anything? Have you been in the Apex since that fight?
Yeah, I was there when Luke fought Belal, when Luke lost to Belal. I was there. I haven't cornered that much on the Apex, to be honest. Yeah, but I fought. I think I was the first fight of the Apex when I fought Woodley. I think that was the first Apex fight, and then I fought Usman there. Corner. I was there for Luke. I was there a couple of times. Yeah, but haven't been there in a while, to be honest. I was there for Power Slap, one of those Power Slaps that they were there. But yeah, I haven't been there in a while. You're right.
Those are crazy. Those are just like parties, man. That's like
Those are
really.
fun. People hate on that a lot, but those are fun. I went there live, and these guys are crazy. I don't want to get slapped. I don't want to get paid to get slapped like that on the face. Hey, but that's fun. If the dude is on, man, it is fun.
It is fun. All right, well, let me say this before we talk specifically about your fight. It's a big month for the Show Me the Money podcast, by the way, right? You got September 7th, and Hinato Moicano's got September 28th. I mean, I don't think there's ever been a podcast in history that had 2 UFC headliners in 1 month, man. That's got to be history.
It is big. It's crazy. I don't think we recorded this week because I'm working hard. Moicano is working hard too, so I don't think we have a part for this week. Next week he's back home, but yeah, Pod is doing great, And then besides that, we're still doing my own YouTube. Moicano too. We do YouTube in Portuguese, YouTube in English. So yes, it's a lot of work behind the scenes.
I love it, man. You guys are both deserving of it. You both do a great job, man. So I know you recently celebrated a birthday, but I also saw that you pointed out, and I didn't even realize it, man. 10 years in the UFC as well, man. That is a hell of an accomplishment, man. To be at the highest level of the sport for a decade is very difficult. So what did it mean for you to kind of celebrate that moment and say, man, I've been here for 10 years?
It's cool, but on the same time, we're getting freaking old. but but it's cool, especially the way that people get to know me more, the fans and everything. They know that I was fighting anyone, still fighting anywhere. We got a lot of ups, couple of downs. It happens to everybody, but yeah, people remember that. I still want to remember for to becoming a champion. I'm still chasing that. I want to become a champion. Still, I'm 2 wins away. September 7th, we'll make that first step, beat Sean Brady, then another big name, and then we get this title shot. But and also, I want to be recognized as the guy that fights everybody, fights anyone and anywhere, and kind of getting that love back. It's amazing, getting the fans crazy and the very easy relationship that I have with the UFC. Like we want to make Sean Brady. And I say, you guys know I'm gonna say yes, right? But they want to push for July. Just no July. I'm just getting a couple injuries. Like I'm getting free. Push it forward. I like the fight. And they say, oh, September. Say, oh, perfect. Let's get done. It's kind of like easy relationship with the UFC with the fans. So I like it. So far, 10 years, very good, but still got, I don't know how long more. I still got a couple more fights in me, so we're not here for a long time. But I still got a couple more good fights. I mean, not a lot, not two hands full of fights, but we still got at least one hand full of fights in there.
I love that. That's a great way to describe it. We'll definitely make sure we're going to join them. You said 6 months, kind of healing up some small injuries. I guess just talk to me. The Jack Della Maddalena fight, what did you take out of that? Lessons? I mean, thoughts on it? Have you put it behind? Does it still bother you? What's the focus been?
To be honest, that was easy one to swallow. Like when I was watching the fight, I will watch it. I'm crazy about it. I lost the fight. I just want to watch the fight as quick as possible because a lot of things on my mind, but it's not the whole fight. And then I was kind of, man, I fought so bad. Then and then I got caught. And then when I was looking, I said, oh man, I actually did good. I actually like hit that guy with a nice elbow, took him down a couple times. I was kind of controlling. I don't like to say I was winning because I lost. So it's very,
Right.
I was winning, but you lost. So I wasn't winning. I think I was doing very good. And then he got me. But a couple things that I could have done better. I think the striking he hits very hard. He's one of the hard hitters in 170. He got me very uncomfortable the way he hit me. And I even saw he didn't throw a bomb, but he just put out there. And I'm like, man, that guy hits hard. Like, he got me a little bit out of my game a little bit. Then I decided to grapple wrestle a lot more. But the guy did great. It's like I did a lot of good things, make a couple bad decisions, and one of those bad decisions he capitalized. He man, that was and I'm a fan of the sport. That was a beautiful knee. He timed it good, finished with a great ground and pound. It is what it is. I'm like I'm I could be worse if like my personal life, my spiritual life wasn't going in a different direction because that was the first time in my career that I have two losses in a row. But I'm in peace. It's kind of like I swallow. Was the Belal fight was way harder because it took me like 4.5 to 5 months to come back to train, and I'm the type of guy that like I made that mistake on the fight. Maybe on the locker room, I'll come back and I say, hey, what can I do better? Let me see what I did a mistake. I got back to the gym next week, and then I want to get that right that wrong and get back. But with that Bilal fight, I was injury and the ligament was kind of like tingling on my shoulder, so I couldn't do anything for like almost 3 months, and then that was the hard one. But the Jack, I was just like, let me see. I watched a couple of times and say I could have done that better. Could have done that better. Yeah, I messed up right here, but he did great. It is what it is, part of the game. So it's kind of way easier to get through that.
It's so important that you talked about though, like what's going right outside of fighting, right? As fighters, it's so easy to make your whole like who you are as a person, your entire life around the fighter and the results. And like there's so much more to life than what happens inside that octagon.
So much more. And then we as a fighter, we do have the addiction, we love the adrenaline to be there to win, and that dump, that the adrenaline dump is the best when you win and it's over and you're celebrating and put your raise your arm. This is that everyone is addicted to, like those oh, I want to fight again. No, we just want to have that feeling again. So and I've been there, I've done that, so I kind of learning a little bit what I'm missing. And right now, I miss fight. I want to fight. I want to go out there and put in the work. Learn a lot on especially the last two fights. The Belal fight and the Jack fight was a lot of learning. But now it's time to execute. I'm confident. I like the matchup. Sean Brady's a tough dude, but I'm looking forward to go there and finish this guy. I really believe we. I'm number 6, number 8, but I do believe I'm finishing this guy. I put on a finish on him.
It's a big fight, like you said. I mean, it's 2 top 10 ranked guys. How do you evaluate him, right? Because I mean, Sean's a great guy, man. He came through the CFFC system, you know what I mean. So I've gotten to see a lot of his career up close. But he struggled to stay active, right? I mean, he's had some injuries, he's had some illness. So how do you evaluate him? Because I mean, there's not, I guess, a lot of recent tape on him. You know what I mean? Things can change, as you know, tremendously. So how do you evaluate a guy that really hasn't been competing frequently?
Yeah, I think for sure he's got better. For sure he's improving. He's still young. But when I kind of watch his fight, it's a little path that he has. He's getting more comfortable to striking, but always have that takedown, a good left hook. I can watch a lot of the things and get a couple. Okay, these he would like to do. That's why he don't like it. So still a lot of things to study, and I have a couple of teammates that trained with him before, so I kind of know a little bit what to expect. But I'm expecting the guy for sure to be better, put a little more tools. I expecting the best guy. Even me, I like to expect a monster. I'll be ready for that monster. You go there, it's not that monster is easier, right? But I don't like the other way around. You think it's gonna be an easy fight and you face a freaking monster that's when you get frustrated and things. So I'm looking forward. I'm waiting for a monster to come on the other side, but I still think I'm finishing that monster.
I love it. Welterweight has a fresh feel to it right now, obviously. I guess first let me start there. Belal Muhammad wins the title. You spent 25 minutes with him. Did you expect him to win the title? Were you picking him to win that fight?
I did. I did that on my YouTube channel. I do a couple of breakdowns and I did. And before I start doing it, I thought Leon's gonna win. Then like maybe 3 weeks before the fight, a month, I would start looking more and I say, okay, if I'm Belal Muhammad, what I gotta do to beat Leon? I say I gotta go forward, gotta make a dirty fight like freaking Randy Couture back in the days. You gotta go forward.
Yeah.
And then when I start thinking like that, and then I was watching his fights against me, against Luke, against Waterboy, and then like man, he can adjust. Every fight he fights a little bit different, depends on the opponent. I think he can do that. And then whenever I started looking at his stuff, I saw that he was showing with Khabib, and Khabib helping him with the game plan. I said, if Khabib is helping him, for sure he's gonna do this and he's gonna do good. That's when I like, okay, I think Belal was gonna win. Then I started studying both guys, watching tapes and watching the training strategy, and I say, okay, Belal is gonna win. So if he's still tough fight, but if he does that, he's gonna win. That's when I think it was one of the few guys that picked him to win.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing performance. Boy, when he got that takedown in the opening minute, you were like, oh, okay, it's going to be that kind of.
Yeah.
That's it. So what do you want to see? I know you're a fan at heart, but it impacts your career as well. So what do you want to see for his title defense? I mean, he's talking about Shavkat, your guy Usman's in there as well. Like, what do you think should be the fight for him?
I think Usman needed one more fight. Guy comes from 3 losses. Okay, he was number one pound for pound or whatever, but 3 losses at 3 losses. I think he's doing good. Kamar just go there talking a little bit, get people interesting, but I think Shavkat is next. Even though Shavkat beat Wonderboy in his last fight, but the way, he was able to sub that guy second round, I don't know, 16, 17 wins, all by finish. He's like, yeah, he's very hard to do it. So, yeah, I think Shavkat is next, I think. And then we all in the mix, I think Kamar needs one, maybe 2 more wins. He needs to look good on his next fight. So do I. I think me beating Sean Brady and beating Kamaru or Kobe or Leon, I'm out there. So yeah, we all gotta work. I think Shavkat is kind of like leading the run, but leading the race. But other than that, everybody gotta work.
It's fun though, right? I mean, anytime you get a new champion, I think we all like having dominant champions, but when you get new champions and then you get new contenders, like there's a lot of fresh matchups now, right? It kind of makes the division exciting.
Sure. Especially those guys that are not gonna hold the belt, those guys that are not gonna sit down and wait, and that's why I kind of like Belal as a champion because he's not gonna sit down and wait so much as Leon was doing. Or Leon was already talking about next belt, this and that. I think Belal has the right mindset to like, you know what, let me beat all these guys, let me beat the number one welterweight. And I like that. I like that. He's gonna fight Shavkat, and then we'll see who's gonna be next. He's a lot of guys. That Mayweather William gonna be on the conversation. We got Ian Gary down the conversation. Let's see Kamara if he fights anyone. Leon, let's see how this guy's gonna do it. And even for Leon doesn't fight that much, but he gotta fight. If you want to take that belt back, he need to get a fight that open up more. If Kamaru wants to fight for the title, he needs to fight. So then finally we get the division moving.
I love it, man. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Well, it all kicks off on September 7th. Like you said, this is a big matchup. I guess it's a mixed martial arts fight. Anything can happen. Part of me wants to see you two guys grapple because I know the jiu-jitsu would be incredible, but then I also know you and you like to just go out and throw down and have wars as well. So as you play this thing out, I mean, do you see this thing going one way or another? I know that you feel you can fight anywhere, but do you see a certain style playing out here?
I think we're going to grapple. People are going to, yeah. I think people are not going to believe that we're actually going to grappling. I think he wants to grapple. I think I want to grapple, and yeah, I think we're going to grapple. I don't think he's going to change it much. I don't plan on changing much. Just getting sharp, putting little new tools. But yeah, it's going to be the same guy for sure. If when I'm throwing down on the feet, I'm trying to finish him. But if I saw he had good defense, that's he actually does. He got good movement. Let me stick these guys down. Let's see. Let's test that jiu-jitsu. I think. I don't think he's afraid of my jiu-jitsu. So do I. I'm not afraid of his jiu-jitsu. I think that's what I'm gonna make this fight very exciting.
I can't wait for it, man. It's going to be a hell of a fight. All right, well, you get a break from the podcast for a little bit. You and Moicano go out and pick up some main event wins, and then get back to the podcast ASAP because you guys are great together.
Thank you. Yeah, we're having fun. Then I gotta go there and do one CFFC with you. That's gonna be fun too. I'm gonna put my name there. I'm there next one having fun with you guys.
I love it. We were trying to make that happen before he got his main event book, so we're going to get that in the future, man. So awesome.
Let's do it.
Awesome, Gil. Brother, I appreciate the time as always. We'll see you out here in Vegas in a couple weeks, and we'll talk soon after that.
I see you there, John. Have a good one, brother.